Morning, y'all. Hope everyone's doing well. Uh, Here it is, my first Saturday, because I only work Monday through Thursday, so it's not Friday anymore. It's first Saturday. Um, but yeah, I'm taking it in. First full week at work. It was awesome. It was very awesome. It's nice working for 40 hours in a week. My body is definitely protesting because it's been so long since I worked a schedule like this with demanding work I keep selling myself short because for a long time I did very demanding work, taking care of two whole ass human beings and myself, so three. Um, but it's different when you're doing it for a wage, and it's also different because some of those maple boards are 200 plus pounds, and it's hard work. It's hard work that I do, and my body is screaming out in protest at this point. Like last night, I didn't even stay up that late, but I slept in until like 8:45 this morning, and Cage slept in as well. So Cage didn't get to school today, and I had to wake up and call the school and make up a fucking lie about how Cage didn't feel good because I didn't want to come across as an inattentive parent or anything like that. So it's baby steps, I guess. But Cage is gonna go to their afternoon remote learning session. So cool deal. But yeah, so I wanted to speak today on the whole Derek Chauvin thing. Um, a lot of folks I see are taking this as a win already, and while it's nice to see accountability being taken, there's every possibility that he walks away with 5 to 10 years and that's it. Especially when second degree murder takes it's like a 25-year maximum sentence or something like that. So, and then not to mention his other crimes. I mean, like he could potentially get wiped out and get like 60 plus years, which is exactly what should happen. I mean, the jury unanimously and very quickly came to the decision that he murdered George Floyd. But of course, due to qualified immunity or whatever it is, for years, these people have been getting away with it. And now someone's going to pay. And I'm telling you right now, this is just a sacrificial lamb to appease the to appease the masses. And, it's all showmanship. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to give Derek Chauvin to the Wolves and hope that it pleases the teeming masses. But it's not going to. It's not going to. And if he gets anything less than the rest of his life in prison, then shit is going to pop off. Because it's wrong. It's wrong. Anyone else would have, especially if a black civilian, if a black man would have murdered somebody like that, he'd already have life. They would have fast tracked that fucking trial, and he'd be sitting in fucking some supermax somewhere, and it's some bullshit. It's some absolute bullshit. These cops, these overseers, if you will, need to be held accountable for their heavy hands and their itchy fingers, and just the shit that's been Dante Wright, and that her name escapes me, but that little 15-year-old girl who got shot 4 times in the chest for trying to defend herself from fucking grown ass adults, like, all that happening while this trial is going on, and you'd have to be blind to see that this isn't a fucking trend in this country, that this isn't like, it's normal at this point. And it's wrong. It's fucking wrong, because white folks everywhere are like, oh my God, like that's not normal to us. But, it is normal to you now. Just because you're watching from the sidelines, from your comfortable armchair of privilege, doesn't mean it's not a problem for you. And at the very least, this decision is a milestone in the sense that somebody was finally held accountable for their violent ways. Somebody with a badge was finally held accountable. But, I mean, while that's awesome, it's no reason to fucking start celebrating like racism is suddenly over. You know what I mean? Like it's one cop, it's one case, you know. And even if it sets an immaculate precedent, we're still gonna have to see more cases that end the same way. And you know, there's so many liberals on my timeline, especially white liberals on my timeline, who are like, "Yay, racism is over." And you know, that's the furthest thing from the truth. If anything, this is going to spark even more, because you look at the right wing fucking news pundits and their reactions. Like Tucker Carlson, fucking like literally lost his fucking mind on his show. I mean, like it's all alive with how, you know, if you just listen to the overseer, they won't crack the whip on you. It's what it's akin to saying. And it's like, no, we don't live in slavery anymore. The Jim Crow does not make the law. Well then again, you know, we are in the United States, and you know, it's sad to say that Trumpism has really emboldened a lot of racists, you know, and these were people who just had, you know, inherent racist tendencies. And they see somebody who's almost, you know, speaking what they're thinking, and, you know, they get brave. Oh, well, the president, he says I can be a racist. It's okay. And you know, like, then a new presidency comes in, and it's just fucking, you know, sorry ass shit libs and centrists. And these motherfuckers literally do nothing to back up all the I'd pull that they're pushing, you know. And while I'm of a mind that I'd pull is important, identity politics is important, but the liberals have, just like every other important cause, they've hijacked it and twisted it to their own needs and wants. And you know, it leaves the rest of us who are actually fighting for these causes and believe in these causes, like it leaves us scratching our heads like, what the fuck happened, you know. And you know, I'm convinced that 90% of these liberals don't even realize what they're doing, and they're so, you know, blinded by what they've believed all their life, and convinced that they're right, that they refuse to see it another way. You know, as long as Orange Man isn't in the Oval Office, we're good, right? No, well, you know, what was it, 53 days into Biden's administration, he dropped bombs on brown kids in Syria. And, you know, liberalism is dangerous. It's very dangerous. And it's an actual political ideology that has been warped and twisted into, you know, capitalism. I mean, that's all it is. Like, whether it's conservatism or liberalism, it's still capitalism. And you know, that's the thing, is that, you know, at this point, the only reason they're trying to appease the teeming masses with the Derek Chauvin guilty verdict is to get things back to normal, so people can get back to buying products. And you know, it's a damn shame, because so many people are going to be happy with just this, and their voices are going to drown out the voices of people who are actually screaming, "Hey, we need more of this. We need to keep this energy." And you know, I mean, we'll just see how it goes. Like I said, like I will gladly celebrate with y'all if he gets wiped out. If he gets, you know, 25, 30 years, I'll gladly celebrate with y'all. But I just have this itching feeling that he's gonna walk away after like 6 or 7 years and be a free man, and with that murder under his belt, with that notch on his fucking whatever. It's sad. It's really sad. And you know, it sucks that like all of my black and brown and other people of color comrades gotta live with this. You know, like, as much as empathetic as I am towards this, I will never understand what they have to live with, you know, like, and it sucks because it shouldn't be like that for anybody. You know, just like cis people will never understand what it's like to be a trans person. You can be the best ally in the world according to you, but you know what, allyship lies in actions. And you know, I don't know what else to say. Like all I can do is empathize with their cause and take cues from black leadership at this point, because that seems to be the most hot button issue for us leftists to focus on besides climate change, you know? And I'm about to use my time and attention to do what I can as a white person to help black folks in this country, you know? And, you know, I'm definitely of a mind that police need to be abolished. There's so many better options, so many better proven options than a police force, you know, because all they are is just a fucking urban military outfit. And like, you know, like I was watching a video on YouTube the other day about how LA school police division have riot gear and a tank and a grenade launcher. What the fuck do you need that shit for? You're supposed to protect and serve, not destroy and fucking terrorize, you know? Like, and people sign up to do this shit. They sign up willingly to harass and terrorize poor folks. Because, you know, rich folks never have no problem with cops patrolling their neighborhoods and harassing them. You know, I mean, at this point, it's a racist classist struggle. And police need to be taken out of the equation completely, because all they do is act as a match to a powder keg. And, you know, until they start defunding and dismantling the fucking concept of policing in the United States, black folks are not safe. I think that's pretty plain to see. That little girl was only 14, 15 years old, trying to defend herself. She called the cops to help her, and they got out of the car and killed her. It is not safe to be black in the United States, period. Like, in we as white people need to really question why our comfort levels are so much more important than black folks' lives. You know? It's like my pops said once upon a time. The hardest conversations are the most important ones to have. And when you dismantle that, it's coming from the viewpoint of questioning your privilege and your comfort level. It's questioning what you've been doing and thought was right or thought was not wrong for as long as you can remember. And you questioning that and actively unpacking it, dismantling it, examining it, and like critically thinking as to why your inherent ways are wrong, as to why your white privilege is inherent and you did nothing to earn it except be born white, you know? And then you've got to tell yourself, what can I do as a white person to help my black comrades out? You know, like that's to from each according to their ability, to each according to their needs. And that doesn't just mean like you know, healthcare and social programs and everything. It also means using your white privilege and your class privilege to speak up and make some noise and, you know, do whatever you can to get black folks to the same table that white folks are sitting at. Because at this point, and for hundreds of years now, they haven't been, you know, and white folks just seem happy to you know, continually oppress black folks, and especially when black folks start making noise about how, hey, this is not right. And other white folks, they join the fight and they say, hey, this is not right. And yet, it's still, it is what it is. And until we as white people, like, really recognize that and empathize with the black community, it's going to continue to be the same. It's going to continue to get worse. And it's going to continue to be life. And that's not a life I really want to be a part of, So I invite you, I implore you, white people who follow me, to, reach out and see what you can do to help your black comrades if you don't know already. Because shit is just getting wilder, and as soon as more of these cops start, being held accountable for their actions, more of these fucking reactionaries are going to come out the woodwork and try and wild out. But I mean, like Mao said, they're all just paper tigers. They're all just paper tigers, and paper tigers can crumble, So keep that in mind. Anyway, y'all, that's my time today. So nice to catch up with y'all. Feel free to holler at me or whatever. Like, I'm here all weekend. My supplies for the work in the backyard here aren't coming this weekend, so I've got the entire weekend off. Yay! Gonna do some hiking and stuff with Cage this weekend. Probably tomorrow, possibly this afternoon and Sunday. I don't know. There's not enough time in the day. Anyway, y'all, have a great day. Solidarity, comrades. Remember, white folks, it's on us at this point. You know what I mean? So, much love, y'all. Peace.